Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VII walkthrough. In the last video we actually just arrived at North Coral, and we've got... Actually, yeah, we're pretty much done here, now that I think about it. We actually need to head up into the Gold Saucer. For some reason... Gosh, is that right? Yeah, that is North Coral, right? I'm trying to remember the actual name of this place. Yeah, gosh, it is. Okay. For whatever reason, I was thinking that we needed to do more there in North Coral, but not the case. Anyways, so Barrett is going to talk a little bit more about North Coral and kind of the history on what actually happened here. Obviously, when we came into town there, he got pushed around a bit by some of the people that lived there. So here we're going to hear, like I said, a little story about North Coral and kind of how it became, I guess, the way it is. So what actually happened here was Shinra came in and offered to kind of set up a reactor, apparently in their mines or whatever, and so essentially what would end up happening was the people would lose access to the mines, which was their current livelihood, I guess I would say. So the people of North Coral were, I mean, the town is obviously a mining town. That's how they make their living. That's you know, and it's been that way for however many generations. So anyways, Shinra comes in, offers to essentially buy the mine, you know, and kind of offer the citizens there some sort of like cash settlement. That's how I'm interpreting this. So most of the people, if not all other than Dine apparently, were for the construction of this mine. However, Dine was not. Now, I don't know if that and if that's why the Shinra came in and burned the place down. But Dine was adamant he would not move, and so I don't know. I almost wonder if it wasn't a you know, kind of like a jury, where if even one member, you know, won't agree, then it's a hung jury, and thus then they don't move forward. That's my assumption. Otherwise, I don't see why Shinra would have come in and burned the town down. You know, again, unless they, you know, yeah, I don't know. I guess I just assume that's kind of how it went down. And thus again, so Shinra came in, burned the town down, and all right. So Dine was my best friend, even when we were kids. But anyway, so it sounds like Barrett. I should have never trusted Shinra. Barrett, you know, obviously disagreed with Dine, and they were apparently really close. So more on this story in a bit. But anyways, all right. So we'll hop on the tram here and head into the Gold Saucer. This thing looks so cool. I don't know why. I don't know. That just looks really cool. And then did this switch directions? Weren't the props facing the other way? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm losing it. Just something I noticed. I gotta check now. I gotta rewind. Yeah, I'm not crazy. I was correct there. The props and the whole whatever tram thing this is was facing the opposite direction when we left the station. So apparently at some point it switches direction. And now it looks like it's pointing the right direction again, right? I don't know. Is that a little oversight, I guess? Who cares? Who cares? It's just a game. Not everything has to make sense. All right, so my first time here, I am going to purchase the lifetime ticket. Now, you don't necessarily have to, and especially, you know, if you're strapped for cash at this point, you know, don't worry. You can pay the 3,000 gil to get in. But I always have a ton of extra money at this point in the game, so I'm just gonna buy the pass. There is actually one other way to get one of those passes. You can actually buy them, I believe, in the Wonder Square. If you have enough GP, I don't remember how much it costs GP-wise, but keep in mind you'll have to play like some mini games and stuff in order to get there. I would say it's. I would guess it's actually cheaper if you were to play the games, but I guess to be honest, at this point in the game, I really don't like the games. You know, in order to get that GP, there is more than one way to get it, but as of right now, I would say the best way to obtain GP is actually again in the Wonder Square. But, all right, so anyways, we're going to take a little pit stop here, and we'll continue our search for Sephiroth in a bit. Okay, so here, I don't know, this part's a little odd. Eris says that she wants to go with you. You can actually go back to the station and take someone else with. I think I ended up picking up Tifa here. Yeah. Sephiroth might be around, so let's go together. Alright. So I think you just pick whatever character you want. We're actually going to get one more character here in a minute. A brand new character. So, you know, again, pick whoever you want at this point, but I went with Tifa for the time being. I'm not really sure why I came in here, though. Oh, that's right. So there's a Turtle's Paradise here on the wall. There you go. So there's Turtle's Paradise number 3. So there we have it. So we're up to, obviously, that is the third one. Hopefully you've got the other two from Midgar. And here is the shop. I don't think there's anything fancy in here. Mr. Hangman. Okay. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, it's all just basic stuff. Nothing too exciting. And then I don't know if yeah, I don't know. There isn't really much reason to be here right now. We'll actually end up. We will end up staying here in a bit. Oh, and yeah, apparently it costs GP to stay here, so I don't have any anyway. So we'll have to come back and stay here later. Again, though, we'll stay in here later for free, which is pretty nice because there is an item that you can obtain. I think it's just an elixir or something. So nothing really too big to worry about for the time being. But, alright, so where are we going to go to next? Speed Square. There actually isn't anything I can do here. Oh, other than, I suppose, talk to Dio. Hey, boy. This guy's so weird. You are having fun. Well, good for you, boy. Reminds me of the Game of Thrones guy, kind of. How he's always calling Arya boy. Listen, boy. Such a good TV series, by the way. I highly recommend it. Player Age came in and asked me if I had the black materia. I thought you might know who he was, seeing how you were about the same age. You happen to have a black cape? Yes, indeed. And the tattoo on his head said number 1. So I don't know if that actually means Sephiroth or not. I don't know if Sephiroth actually has a tattoo. I have no idea. I assume, but I could be wrong on that. But, alright, so where are we going to head next? Wonder Square, apparently. Yeah. All right, so this is our next party member. Hopefully I'm going to say this right. I've actually looked up how to pronounce his name. Apparently it's Ketshi, which, I mean, look at that. Okay, if that's really how to say it, then okay, but it sure doesn't look like it. I would have never guessed that. I would have totally got it wrong if I wouldn't have looked up what it is. But anyways, alright, so he's apparently going to tell us our fortune here and possibly help us out on locating Sephiroth. So let's see what he says here. Okay, something big will happen after. Okay. So totally garbage. That was not helpful at all. Be careful of forgetting this. Your lucky color is blue. Ugh, okay. Alright, one more time. One more time. Here it comes. Third time's a charm, buddy. Let's do this. What the? What you pursue will be yours, but you will lose something dear. Okay, well, it's anyone's guess what that means, but be able to relax. I'm going with you. Okay. Coming with you no matter what you say. Okay. So apparently we didn't even have a choice. This guy is coming with us no matter what. Ketshi is probably my least favorite character. I think he's absolutely garbage. And it's honestly, it's just because of his limit breaks. I don't like his limit breaks at all. I think one of them is dice and the other is slots. You know, if you're a gambler or something like that, you like the, you know, random chance type of stuff, then maybe he's your guy. But I don't care for Ketshi at all. But anyways, all right. So we're heading into the Wonder Square a bit here, and we're going to take a look at some of the different games here. Now there's the gold ticket. So that's 300 GP. To put things into perspective here. We're going to be playing some games, and I'll be honest, it's not that easy to get GP at this point in the game, and if you want to spend the time, you definitely can. The Mog House here, I'm going to go through this first, because if I remember correctly, you can only play this game once, or you can only get GP for it once, and really it's because of I think there's like an employee. I don't know if it's an employee or if it's just some random person watching, but someone plays the game or watches you play the game, and if you do it correctly, the person will give you 30 GP, which is a decent amount, which is why I do this right now. Anyways, long story short, again, there's a bunch of different games here. I would say that this one's okay. The basketball game is actually a really, really good way to make GP as well, especially if you're good at it. I am not good at it. I feel like I used to be when I was younger, but you know, when the game probably first came out, I practiced it a lot, and I was pretty good. Now, you know, or it would be awesome if I had like a programmable controller. That would be insane, because you'd be able to have the timing down perfectly, but you know, unfortunately, I don't have that, so I have to just be good, and again, I'm not very good at it, so anyways, long story short, I would say that that's probably the best way to obtain GP. Again, especially if you're actually good at the game, you can really crank it up or roll or get a lot of GP extremely quickly. The other really good game I would say is the speed bike. So it's basically the same game that you play when you're leaving Midgar. So when you're on the motorcycle and you're slashing the enemies, and you know, you try to get this way it's actually graded, or you get points, and I believe it's something like after you get 10,000 points, you will be able to, or you'll beat it. Otherwise, you'll get less GP. I believe depending on your points. I think it ramps up. Like if you barely get any, I think you only get like 1 GP. If you get you know, around 7,000 or something like that, you'll get 5 GP, so on and so forth. But the best reward, I believe, is 10. And so again, that can be a really, really good way to gain GP. But to put things into perspective, if you want to get the gold ticket, you would need to play that game and beat 10,000 points 30 times. So, you know, it's pretty time consuming. So I would say again that as far as speed, the basketball game is the best. And the good thing about the basketball game too is that at certain points you'll get the option to like double your points. And so as long as you can make the shot, you can really crank in the points really quickly. But anyways, all right, so let's talk about a little bit about the Mog game. If you noticed here, when you feed him, he'll kind of hunch over if he's still hungry, and that's how you'll know to feed him again. And then he'll kind of make a lively expression there. I don't know, where like he's surprised, and that's to designate that he's done eating. So basically, you need to feed him enough, but you also can't feed him too much. And if you feed him just the right amount, he'll be able to fly. Now, again, so if you notice here, I'm not feeding him anymore after he made the, I don't know, surprised expression almost. That's just to designate that he's eaten enough. So you feed him a couple of times, he'll go into his house, and then the female Mog comes and knocks on his door, and then you feed him again, and then he's able to impress her. So that is it. That's all you have to do for the Mog House game. She must have fallen for his graceful flying form. Because we all know that that's what the ladies like. A man that can fly and be graceful at it. Hey man, it works for Superman, right? Might as well work for Super Mog. Alright. It's time for a quiet date in the forest. I doubt that. Her name is Mag. She's a good-natured Mog. Well, that's nice. I'm sure his parents are proud. He was able to land a nice lady. Now you have lots and lots of healthy Mogs. And there you go. That is what happens when two Mogs love each other. Flop. Alright. Aww. Sister's helping him. Or encouraging him. Alright. Cute. Cute little story there. Finished! Alright, so again, that's a kind of a one-time deal. I don't think that... actually, I don't know what rewards you get for beating it subsequent times. I don't remember. I don't feel like it's anything good, though. Otherwise, I probably would have done it. But there you have it. So this person gives you the 30 GP. And all right, let's move on. Let's do the. Hopefully, I'm gonna do the bike game here. Yeah, the G bike apparently. I don't think I actually did this successfully though my first time. So we'll have to see here, and I may end up doing it or playing it twice. All right, go. So again, to actually be considered a win, you have to break the 10,000 points mark, and that'll get you the 10 GP, as well as I believe the very first time you beat it, if you beat it the first time and break the 10,000 point mark, you will get, I think it's a speed source. So you actually get an additional reward for beating it the first time. And if you notice here, every time one of these bikes bumps into the car, you lose points, which is probably pretty obvious. But and you get, I forget how many points it is. Maybe if I pay enough attention here, I can see. I thought that the red bikes were worth 500, and the yellow bikes are probably only like 2. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really tell though. I guess it's not really that important. Just try to hit as many as you can. And yeah, the red ones are so annoying. Yeah, it seems like 500. The red ones, anyway. Yeah, yeah. And I did, yeah, I don't know. I did a pretty poor job this time around. I don't think I actually won. I think I ended up at like 7,000 points or something like that. We'll see. 6,100. Get him! 6,600. Oh, okay, that one, that yellow one was worth 500. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the yellow ones seem to be worth 500. That's weird. So maybe all the bikes are worth the same amount of points. I can't really tell. Wish I could just get a... Yeah, there we go. 7,300. That's pretty poor. Pretty poor job there, mister. Not impressive at all. I don't know if I'm going to end up doing this one more time. Hopefully I do. Hopefully I take on this one more time so that I can show you guys a win. Okay, so actually 7,300 points was only 2 GP. So if you notice, I mean, to be honest, that would not be a good way. So if you're not good at this game, do something else to get GP, I guess I would say. But I think this will be this should be a successful attempt. Okay, yeah, that one was 500. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like both of the bikes are worth the same amount of points, which is super lame because the red ones are far trickier to take down. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's a really, if I would say that there's a really great strategy for, you know, taking these things down. I mean, obviously you just have to hit them, but the red ones just seem to be able to evade you much more easily. I almost feel like you need to almost start farther away and, you know, kind of like steer towards them and use the slash. But, and, you know, maybe don't necessarily ride right up next to them to try to hit them. But I don't know. I mean, again, I guess you kind of get the feel for it, and once you kind of get good at it, it'll be a little bit easier, I would say. I'm sure there's probably some really good techniques out there too that I don't necessarily know about. I do think it is pretty cool though too when you get them all bunched up, how they'll actually wipe each other out like that. And if you can pin the enemy bikes up against the wall, you can just bump into them, and you won't lose points for that. But you also don't necessarily then have to slash them. So if you just bump into them enough times, they'll wipe out. So more than one way to skin a cat, I guess you could say. I mean, I would say that. It's a pretty cool saying. All right. It's looking good. Looking real good so far. Oh, yeah. There we go. Come on. Take him out. Take him out. There we go. Broke 10,000. Oh, nice. Right at the wire. So there we go. That's it. That's that. Obviously, a lot better than the first time around. You know, I don't know if I would say I took down more bikes or if I just let the enemies hit the car less. Either way, maybe a combination of the two. But there you have it. There's the 10 GP and the speed source. So there you go. And then let's see. I think I end up... do I play the basketball game? Yeah, looks like it. So, basically the basketball game, there's four powers, I guess I would say. So, if you don't charge up enough, you'll just it'll just be an air ball. If you charge up the right amount, there you have it. It won't even hit the backboard, and it'll just be a swoosh. And then if you charge it up a little bit more, you'll actually hit the basketball, and it'll go in. But if you charge for too long, you'll actually just do what does end up happening? I don't remember. I guess we'll see. Maybe. Nope. Looks like I'm doing okay. It's going pretty good. And there, I spoke too soon. So there you go. If you charge too much, it'll hit the backboard, but it won't go in. So again, there's four different. I would almost call them power settings. You've got not enough. You've got enough, and then you've got. God, it sounds so lame saying it like that. Enough times two, and then too much. Yeah, I know. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound right. But, alright, anyways. There we go. So, here I ended up with, I don't know, something like 50. I think I ended up close to like 50 GP. And then I just called it a day. And the whole reason for that was I wanted to, play the speed coaster. Alright, so let's see where I'm at here. 51. No, I don't want to exchange. Alright, so I'm actually going to leave and save. I don't remember if I actually use it. So there's a save point here in the gold saucer, but it costs 5 GP. So I may have just gone all the way out to the world map and saved. So we'll see. But anyways, as always, hope this guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thank you for watching.